It's 3:27 a.m. and Aisling is awake again. She can't remember the last time she had a full night's sleep. As always, her alarm is set for 3:30, but usually her body wakes her before the beep so that she can bleary-eyed check the app on her phone that has all the data sent by the sensor attached to her son John, who's sleeping peacefully in the next room. And tonight, the app shows that John's blood sugar sits just below 4 millimoles per litre. So Aisling breathes a sigh of relief. Ideal for a 9-year-old boy with type 1 diabetes. She locks the phone, shuts her eyes, and drifts right back to wait. No, below 4 millimoles, that's far too low. He's having a hypo. She bursts into John's room. She's afraid he might die. He awakes with a fright. He wants to know what's going on, but she can't respond. She has the emergency glucose ready to go. One more quick check of the phone and... oh, his blood sugar's just below 5 millimoles, not 4. It was 5. Yeah, of course. 5 is fine. She rubs her eyes and sighs, but now John is crying. So now for the first time, she holds him tight. Shh, 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 she says, "I'm so sorry. You're all right." Seems like all she does these days is worry and apologize. She's so tired. She can't remember the last time she had a full night's sleep. I mean, how is she supposed to stay strong when she feels so weak? On the following morning, a few streets over, in a quiet cul-de-sac square, Dara is helping Maria out of the bed and into her chair. Now, she didn't sleep great last night either, kept tossing, her skin was burning, churning through these recurring dreams that always turn into nightmare. You know, at first, she flies high, fully mobile. She is free of her walker. She bounds down the stairs. She spins round her young daughters, but then suddenly she is trapped in this body that's not hers, that she can't control, that she doesn't even seem to recognize. And her little girls have all grown into lives all their own while she's been left behind. Dara tries to talk her around. He can tell it's a bad day by the distance in her eyes, so he suggests a stroll outside after breakfast as he helps her wash, brush her teeth and get dressed. But today the MS has her head in a foggy mess, limbs heavy as lead, she is lost and depressed, and a lot of days are like this. But Dara insists he's not stressed. Ask him how he's doing, he'll say, "I'm doing my best." Truth is though, he's struggling too. He can't remember the last time he had nothing to do, and he knows Maria has it a lot worse. It's that sometimes he hurts and he doesn't know who to turn to. He's turning 70 soon. And up at the clinic, all the talk is all about the technological advancements they have made as they sing the praises of the latest assistive text. Oh, isn't it great now? You've got voice-to-text and screen readers, but it makes Dara want to scream. Well, no, actually what we really need is for you to hear us. Like, we don't want to use half of that stuff. Don't know how, don't know why. Everything has to constantly shift and change all the time. All he really wants is another human at the other end of the line. Ask him how he's doing. Yeah, he'll say he's doing fine. He just likes someone to chat to sometimes. He just wants to be able to vent and not have these young people look at him like he has two heads as he talks about all the stuff that he doesn't get, and he knows they're doing their best. He doesn't want to cause a fuss. It's just that sometimes he gets a bit low. He'd love someone to hear him for once. But then he notices again that loss in Maria's eyes, so he does what he always does and just tries to brush those negative thoughts aside. Smiles, and the pair walk out into the spring sunshine. And as they walk through the park, that loss and darkness is reflected in the thoughts and the actions of the strangers that they pass. Look, there's Aisha resting in the sycamore shade, slowly making her way. It's not easy to be blind in this city, obstructions day after day, and now she's grateful for the progress that has been made. She's grateful she has her white cane, but it's slow going all the same. She would like someone to talk to about how she feels, because although there has been some improvements, society still restricts her in her movements and her choices, leaves her feeling alone and voiceless. And now there's Wojtek sitting staring into the middle distance on a park bench, battling with his bipolar disorder. Most days he wonders where the best parts of him went. But even on his worst days, he gets himself up and out of that bed. It's just like the doctor says, action before motivation. It's important to stay healthy and fit. And he's doing his best, like he really is. He has this app on his phone that has all these exercises that are supposedly tailored to those with a serious mental illness. And yeah, maybe they help a bit, but when he goes to use it, the design is all useless. There's too much text. There's this timer that puts him under so much stress and all these flaws. They have his head wrecked, and he would have told them all this. Like, he would have said it. If only they'd asked him for his feedback, asked him to test it, but they didn't. It's like they don't even care. So now he just sits alone on this bench and stares. And now here comes Aisling and John, cutting through the park on the way to the clinic where the doctor will measure how John is getting on, grinning as he says, "Oh, he seems to be doing well. Markers are all good. All that nocturnal care is really improving his outcomes." And Aisling says, "Yeah, it is. He is, but well, we had a bit of a scare last night." And she wants to relay what happened at 3:30, between 4 and 5, between dead and alive, the worry she has almost all of the time. She wants to tell him that she can't remember when last she had a full night's sleep, how she's always braced for tragedy. She sees calamities real and imagined. She wants to tell him that she would do anything for her son, but she is barely managing. She wants to tell him how annoying it is when people tell her that she has everything. "Oh, you've got the sensor now, the pump, soon you'll have the closed loop system." But she wants to tell him that there is something essential still missing. She wants to tell this doctor all of this, but see, this doctor, he's not listening. He's already moved on. So Aisling does what she always does and just stays silent, hugs John and says, "We're doing great, son." Because they are. He is. And then they walk back home through the park, past Wojtek still sitting there trying hard to light a spark, past Aisha slowly walking her own path, past Dara, who has Maria smiling again as he points out all the daffodils that have suddenly appeared through the dark, and the pair of them laugh as they marvel at how hardy they are to everyday face whatever weather will come. These perennial spring flowers that will always push up through the frost and the muck in search of the sun, just like Aisling, just like John, just like Wojtek, Aisha, Dara, Maria themselves, just 6 strangers of the hundreds and thousands of others across this island who carry the burden of sickness or the burden of care, those who are determined to persevere and to always be there, who face each and every day and barely complain, who give their whole lives and nothing less. They give their years, their tears, their bodies, their sweat and their blood. And no, they're not angels sent from above, just everyday humans of perennial reserve of patience and love. These perennial essential service providers, hear their voices now rise to a collective chorus that can shatter the silence. Just ask us how we are. Don't equate advancements in technology with advancements in care. Because see, this 6 and countless others, they will always be there, fighting for everything they are worth. And you can help to ease their burden with just a few small words. So how are you doing? And then listen to their stories. Let their voices be heard.